Okay, our webinar will start at 10 a.m. Eastern Time or 10 p.m. Beijing time today. We're just going to give a few minutes for our attendees to join. Thank you very much for attending this special webinar talking about the program basics for the Master of Finance Beijing program. Today is June 30th in 2024. And my name is Renmin Wan. I'm the Assistant Director for the Master of Finance Beijing program. Join me today is my co-author Alina. Both of us work as admission staff for the program, and we are overseeing your application. So whenever you submit your application to Smith, we're going to read through your files, and once your files are completed, we're going to pass it for the mission committee. So, okay, let's get started. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time to join this webinar today. This year, 2024, it is also the 10th anniversary for our Master of Finance Beijing program. Our program was first approved in 2013, and we started to admit students in 2014. Our first class graduate actually in the year of 2015. 2017, we started to admit the so-called executive section. We're going to talk more about this executive section later on, but this special session is basically delivered in Chinese. And most of you today joining this session will be very interested to know how to use these resources. Excuse me. And then the next year, 2018, our alumni club, Smith Alumni China chapter, was officially launched. That was also the first year we have been reapproved by the Ministry of Education in China for the program, which means that they recognize the quality and the reputation of the program in China, and the Ministry of Education in China approved us to extend our program for another period of time. Starting in 2019, we started to provide local career services in China through a third party. And in the following years, 2021, 2023, we're having more and more MOE renewals. So yeah, after all these 10 years, we are now at class of 2025, which will start in this year, September 2024. And this will celebrate a decade of excellence for our program. So this is a really, really brief introduction of the program, our 10-year history. We're going to spend more time into the details of the program basics. What is the curriculum is going to be like? What is your school like will be like? And then we're talking about more about your admission process. At the end of the session, we do have a few minutes to answer questions, if any. But the most important information I would like to emphasize today is that I wanted to let you know this is a one-year program that delivers in Beijing. All the classes will be delivered over the weekend. After graduation, you are going to receive your degree from Queen's University. Throughout the program, you're going to work with professors from both Renmin University and Queen's University. They're going to teach you not only theories, but also applicable practices. After graduation, you are going to have a great opportunity to network with alum from Queen's in China. In addition to our alumni resources, we also have rich career coaching resources, both in Canada and in China. Okay, so what is the Queen's Renmin University? What is the Smith Master of Finance Beijing program? In Chinese, we literally have the name of Renmin Queen's Master of Finance Beijing program. So why are two university in the name? Because although we're a Queen's degree, we partner with the School of Finance at Renmin University of China as required by the Ministry of Education in China. Our campus will be in Beijing on the Renmin campus, and our students are going to graduate our students are still regarded as Queen's University students, although at the same time, Renmin University is going to give you a certificate showing that you have studied for 1 year in Beijing. So this is a sample degree that our students are going to be issued. On the left, you can see it will be issued by Queen's University, stated that you have been recommended to graduate by the School of Business or Smith School of Business, and you're going to be granted the degree of Master of Finance. On the right, this is a verification report provided by the Ministry of Education in China. It shows that you have been studying for the program for 1 year, and it is a very important proof if you wanted to seek employment in China, because a lot of the employers will be keen to learn that you have the verification report. At the same time, Renmin University, they are going to give you a certificate showing that you have been studying for 1 year at Renmin University. Course schedule. As I just mentioned, every year our program will start in September and it will be 1 year long. So we are going to have 2 semesters. The first semester is actually between September and late January, usually before the Chinese New Year. This is the first semester. Our second semester will start after the Chinese New Year, which will be in February to early March. And you're going to complete all the courses in summer, usually around July or August. And the convocation ceremony from Queen's University is usually every year in November. And I just wanted to highlight that for Master of Finance Beijing student, because we wanted to give you a rich learning experience, we want to experience not only Canadian education, but also Chinese education. So we offer 2 convocation ceremony. One is in Canada, together with the Queen's convocation. We're going to invite you to come to Canada and be on our campus to attend the Queen's convocation, the graduation ceremony. The other one will be hosted in Renmin University. For those of you who has work commitment and prefer to stay in China for the year, you are most welcome to attend our graduation ceremony. And for those of you who have the flexibility to travel, you are most welcome to attend both graduation ceremonies. So throughout the year for these 2 semesters, you're going to have 10 courses in total. You're going to complete your first course before starting the next one. So it's course by course. It's not like you're going to take multiple courses at one time and have all the final exams, in a period of time. That is not how it works. Because the course will be, the level of difficulty will be gradually increasing. We want to ensure that you can transit from one topic to the next topic smoothly. All the courses will be delivered over the weekend. So that gives you the flexibility of finding internships or full-time work from Monday to Friday. And you're only requested to attend in-person classes on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so that is the 10 courses. If you are have some clue about the CFA exam, you will see that a lot of topics are kind of overlapping. But in addition to all the curriculum I put on the slides, we also have some workshop that is beyond the CFA curriculum. I will talk more about the CFA curriculum and our course curriculum in a later stage. But you can see all the courses will be heavily centered around finance. Okay. Okay, meet our faculty members. This is a joint program, which means that you're going to work with faculty members from not only Queen's University, but also faculty members from Renmin University. On this slide, on the first row, these are all the prof from Queen's, and these prof are actually going to fly to China, and they're going to spend some time with you in Beijing, and you can book office hour with them, talk with them. For the professors from Renmin University, they already have their offices on the campus. So again, there is a lot of opportunity for you to use their office hour to check with them, to let them know your learning interest. For those of you who wants to, let's say, apply for a PhD program after Master of Finance, I would strongly encourage you to network with these professors in their during their office hours, especially for Queen's Prof who fly from Canada to Beijing. This will be a great opportunity for you to meet with them in person. All the prof are going to teach you in English, especially for Renmin Prof. They all graduate from top universities in Europe or in North America, and they have either study or teach in those universities. So they're also going to teach you in English. So the program will be fully delivered in English. Okay, so how does the class looks like? What will be your classmates looks like? As you can see on this slide, I put a class profile from the previous year's class. The class is 38 students. Normally, we admit no more than 40 students for our international section. So these students, most of them are fresh graduate, which means that they do not have any full-time work experience. At the same time, we also have about half of the students who have 1 to 3 years of full-time work experience. So by saying full-time work experience, I'm saying this is not internship, this is full-time work experience. That is why you will see the average age for the program is actually 25. And most of the students actually obtain their undergraduate degree from North American universities. And meanwhile, we do have some students who graduate from a university in China. Gender ratio, this is the only thing that is not so typical for our class. Because on this slide, you'll see that it seems like we have more women students than men students, but usually the gender ratio is kind of balanced. We do not say, oh, we prefer women student, or we do not say we prefer men student. Okay, it's quite balanced for the other classes. The CFA profile. For this class, you're going to see we have about 47% of students who already passed CFA level 1 or above before joining the program. And we do have another half of the class who are actually working towards CFA designation throughout the program. So because you're going to join the program in September, you do have the option to take the winter CFA exam or the spring or the summer CFA exams. And in the program, we do offer a lot of in-class and outside of class learning resources for CFA exams. So we do encourage you to look into that. But these statistics here, it's just really helpful for you to understand how strong our students are in terms of their understanding of finance, in terms of their academic strength. Okay, so again, about half of the class already passed CFA level 1 before joining the program for this very typical MFIN Beijing class. Okay, so I already see some students maybe will be interested in sending me questions when I'm doing my presentation. Feel free to do so. You can use the Q&A feature, and my co-author Alina, who's the other application advisor for Master of Finance Beijing program, she's going to help me answer them at the end of the session. On these slides, I'm just listing some of the employers for Master of Finance graduates. Every year, most of our students actually decide to stay in China after graduating. That is why the right 3 columns are all Chinese employers. These are banks or security companies, or let's say insurance companies, PVC, or it could be government agencies or other third-party institutions. We also have students working in tech companies, in their finance-related departments, because as we know, finance is kind of the lifeline for all the corporations. So people with expertise in finance are highly sought after in all of the business world. So at the same time, we do have students who choose to return back to Canada after graduation. So on these slides on the left two columns, these are where our students works in Canada. So again, all the top banks or consulting firms or government, these are usually the places our student will be working for after graduation. Okay, after they return to China, to Canada. So our successful career stories, it's not only related to the students themselves, but also we do have a lot of career resources provided by Smith for our student. We have a career center located in downtown Toronto, and also we have a career center based in Kingston, Ontario, where Queen's University locates. So for the career center, it's not a place for you to, let's say, revise your resume. They have a lot of services. For example, as you can see on the slides, I wanted to highlight that we have a lot of internal job postings. So if you're a Smith student, you can log into those platforms. You can see a lot of job postings for opportunities across the globe. And there are a lot of self-directed tutorials for you to develop your skills in terms of job hunting or personal branding. So these are all the resources. At the same time, we are working with a career coach from our job center. Paulina, she is the career coach for the Master of Finance Beijing program. So all of our students, we can reach out to Paulina by email. We can invite them for, let's say, a Zoom call or a Teams call, and then we can talk with her. She can help us identify our strengths and weaknesses, and she can help us explore the job market. What kind of opportunities right now is available on the job market? And maybe there is something that you are not aware of, but you may be a very good fit, right? So at the end, she can help you to develop a career strategy. You're going to actually work to create an action plan for your step-to-step job hunting. Okay, so that is what the career coach is doing. She's not a person that help you to revise your resume or to interview, although she could. But I'm just saying that the resources provided by our career center is beyond those skills. It's actually help you to build a long-term skill that you can apply for not only your current job, but also your career development in the future. We also have alumni network called Smith Connect. This is a Smith version of LinkedIn, internal LinkedIn. You can actually use a LinkedIn account to log into Smith Connect. But what I wanted to highlight here is that Smith Connect offers a lot of tutoring, or you can say it's mentoring opportunities. So you can find someone who is in the field that you are very interested in. You can network with them, learning about their stories, and maybe they could be your mentor. And in the end, maybe they could refer you to for something, right? So Smith Connect, this is a Smith alumni network, online network. And for all of our MFIN Beijing students, you will have access to this platform. As I just mentioned, from Monday to Friday, you actually have the flexibility of working for internship or full-time job. At the same time, a lot of our students will choose to work for student organizations, including QUAF. QUAF is Queen's University Alternative Assets Fund. This is actually a project that you can work on. This is a student organization, but also I can see you can put it on your resume under project. How it works is that by joining QUAF, you actually attending a team, a global team, and you will be allocating some money, some real money, and you can make your own investment decision in the team. Okay, so let's say right now we do have Master of Finance Beijing student in the team. We have our full-time MBA student who are also part of QuAF. They will be joining you from Kingston, Ontario, where Queen's University locates. We also have some student learning analytics, or we have student learning AI. These students are based in Toronto. They're also going to join the QuAF team, and they're going to participate. And together, these teams, our teams in Beijing, our teams in Toronto, and our teams in Kingston, these three teams, they're going to run under QuAF, and these three teams are going to make their own investment decisions or make their reporting thing. So these will help you to prove that you have global skills, you have investment experience, and this will be very strong and very unique for you to stand out in the job market. The Smith Alumni China chapter. So while a lot of students joining QuAF, another group of students would choose to say, oh, because I wanted to practice my network skills, I really wanted to volunteer for our alum in China and learning about work culture in China, in Chinese workplace. That is the time I would say consider SAC, Smith Alumni China chapter. SAC organizes annual events. Usually we have one annual event in September, right after you start a program, and then one annual event in December before Christmas, usually after your graduation ceremony. So how SAC works is that they organize a lot of formal networking sessions, like cocktail sessions, or sometimes they organize informal networking sessions, including sports events or corporate visits or outings, spring outings. So those are the opportunities that you can join and you can meet with other Smith students and build a connection and learn from them, network with them, talk with them. We also have a very active WeChat group. We actually have two WeChat group now for SAC because we have just too many alum in the group. So you're going to share information internally in that WeChat group. And I do know in the past, we do have a lot of students who actually receive a lot of help from other Smith alum in China through SAC. Two sections available. Remember in the very beginning, I said that our program was first approved in 2013 and first cohort joined next year, 2014. Starting in 2017, we have another section called executive section. So the difference is that our first section, the international section, the section that you are applying for, maybe most of you here attending the event will be qualified for, is for those without work experience. We do not have a requirement for experience, although work experience will benefit your application. However, you will see the average age is 25. This section will be delivered fully in English. On the other hand, for the executive section, it will be delivered in Mandarin. It will be delivered in Chinese. Students attending executive section are those with a minimum of 7 years of work experience. So the good thing is that they are already professionals who have some experience in China. So they'll be very willing to have some global perspective. That is why our executive section student actually will be very interested in networking with our international section student, although you're going to have your course separately. On the other hand, international section student, if you wanted to, let's say, tap into the job market in China, you definitely would like to, learn from our executive section student who have more experience, who are in the middle to senior level of the companies. And to my understanding, for the past few years, every year we do have international section students who receive their first internship or full-time work from executive section students. Okay, last year in September, when I was in Beijing attending the opening ceremony, and on that day we already had executive section students asking me to post some internship opportunities for our international section student. Right? So again, we have two sections available. Although you are going to have your courses separately, the program office, we do encourage a lot of interactions between these two sections. We're going to support you for all of the events. Okay, and for those of you who are already talking with our admission staff, me or my coworker Alina, who is also at the event today. If you would like to connect with our enrolled student or our past student from Master of Finance Beijing program, please do not hesitate to let us know. Especially, let's say you wanted to, connect with someone from your dream company. For example, let's say you really wanted to work for CICC after graduation. Then reach out to us. Maybe we can connect you with someone working in CICC who's also from Master of Finance Beijing student. Okay. Campus life at Renmin University. As a student from Master of Finance Beijing student, you would be still given a student card from Renmin University. With the student card, you have access to a lot of their facilities, including the library, the gym, their on-campus events. A lot of on-campus events will be recruitment related or non-recruitment related. Those are really, really resourceful. And then also you have the access to their student canteen. We're actually planning for a tour to Renmin University for our enrolled student very soon. So if you're at a later stage, let's say if you already schedule your interview or about to schedule interview with us, let us know, and maybe we can also invite you to visit Renmin University to experience all of the great facilities on campus. Okay. Okay, so for those of you who are in the early stage of application or who hasn't started application at all, how does it work? So as admission staff myself, I would actually classify application to a graduate school into two categories. The first one is everything is web-based. Let's say if there is a portal, you're going to upload your documents there. And then on the portal, there's kind of progress bar. You're going to say, oh, once you complete this step, the progress bar will be extend a little bit. And then once the progress bar, let's say it's 100%, it's full, then you'll be moving to the next stage. However, at Smith, it works differently. We actually work with admission staff like us. So how it works is that you are still going to submit the online web form on Smith website, okay? All the application should be made through Smith, should be made directly to Smith. And then you are going to, on that online form, you're going to fill in some basic information, for example, your name, your address, your email, and then provide two documents. I'm going to talk about those documents later on. You're going to submit your resume, your transcript, and then me or my coworker, Alina, we're going to send you an email in maybe 2 days, 1 to 2 days usually. So this email is called a preliminary assessment result. So we're going to look at your resume, look at your transcript, and we're going to say, oh, it looks like you're a very good candidate for the program. You looks like to be a good fit. And then in this email, we're going to provide you with a checklist. This checklist is going to outline what documents we require from you. So you're going to take your time, complete your application files, and every 2 weeks, Alina and I, we're going to follow up with you. We're going to check in with you. We're going to say, hey, John, how did your application goes? We're still missing this document and that. If you have any question, let us know. So it actually provides kind of interaction for you and the program office. If you have any concerns, if you have any questions, let us know and we can help you. We can help you. We can to resolve these issues because we are the admission staff to prepare your application files. Once your application files are completed, we're going to pass it to the admission committee, who is going to conduct a formal interview with you. Most of the time, we online interview with you. And before your interview, right before your interview, all the documents you can still update or edit. It won't impact any of the admission result. Okay, so Alina and I, we are not a decision maker. Our job is going to help you to prepare your documents. Okay, admission requirements. As I just mentioned, for the online web form, we only request you to fill in some basic information in the online application, provide us with your English resume, and then an unofficial transcript. You can download the unofficial transcript from the registrar office of your university. So just make sure that you save this transcript into a PDF, and you should have your name, the course name, course credit, and your grades. So we're going to look through this document from your resume. We're going to look into your past experience, especially if you have internship or full-time work experience. For unofficial transcript, we're going to see your academic background. So based on these three materials, we're going to provide you the checklist. Remember the checklist I just mentioned about? So the checklist will have a more detailed list of what are the actual application files we requested from you. It could include, let's say, your TOEFL or IELTS, but I'm pretty sure that those of you who are attending the session today, if you understand what I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure that maybe this requirement could be waived, especially if you obtain your undergraduate university degree from institution in Canada. This requirement can be waived. Okay, and then GRE GMAT CFA level 1. Some of you may apply for a waiver, which means that we may completely waive this requirement, especially if you have a very outstanding academic background. Some of you, we may request to say, okay, we request you to complete GMAT or GRE, or maybe we'll say, okay, we would like to see your CFA level 1 result or equivalent CFA mock exam result. Okay, so this requirement actually can be re-evaluated after the interview. I'm talking about that later on. But then the next requirement will be online references. This is something we definitely wanted to see. Okay, so right before interview, references, we usually prefer having one academic references and one professional one. But for those of you who's just still in your last year in the college, maybe you wanted to provide 2 academic references. For those of you who have a few years of work experience, maybe you wanted to provide 2 professional references. Both works. Okay, this option all works. If you have any question in the process, let us know. I know everyone is different. Your case will be very special, so we actually work on a case-by-case basis. Sorry. Last requirement will be for the official transcript. It should be delivered from your university to us directly. Excuse me. So admission requirements. A lot of you will be very interested to know about the GPA requirement for the program. This is a very tricky question. So remember the class profile just to show you before, the class of 38 students. So the average admission GPA will be around 3.43 out of 4. However, we do have a guideline that if you are below 2.7, we would like you maybe to provide some explanation, especially during your interview. That being said, it doesn't mean that anyone with a GPA below 2.7 will be say, oh, I'm not eligible for the program. That is not the case. In the past, I do have students who have GPA who's way below 2.7. However, the student reached out to me, let me know their story. It was I was really impressed. Something really bad happened on the student. I could not disclose more details, but let's say the incident was even on newspaper and it negatively impacted a lot of their learning experiences in their undergraduate. That is why, considering that special circumstances, we still admit the student. And turns out the student performed very well in the program, even after graduation, after return to China. So with that precedent, we actually will look at the overall of your application files. As long as you have a valid reason of your previous performance, we will take that into account, especially those of you whose learning was disrupted by COVID, especially in the first 2 years of the undergraduate study. We totally understand that. And again, for GPA, we not only look at your overall GPA, we'll also look at the last 2 years of GPA. Let's say my first 2 years was disrupted by COVID, but then my next 2 years, my third year and fourth year, I'm actually improving. That is perfect. That is what we wanted to see. And in addition to that, we not only look at your overall GPA for all the courses you have taken. We'll also look at the course GPA, the GPA for the relevant courses. Let's say we'll look at the courses, your finance courses, your econ courses, your statistics courses, right? So those are relevant to Master of Finance studies. We'll also pay attention to those courses. So again, if you're not sure about your GPA, let us know. I can help you to do a formal evaluation. Last thing about that is that in the worst scenario, if you are really not competitive in terms of GPA, but you can prove yourself in other aspects. Let's say you have rich work experience, or you have really good GMAT, GRE, or CFA exam results. We'll also take that into account. So it's kind of balanced, okay? Okay, application deadline. For those of you who are holding a Chinese passport, your application deadline will be August 25 for the next intake. Next class will start in September 2024. Our program opening ceremony will actually be in September 6th. First Friday in September, that is when our program starts. That is why if you are still holding Chinese passport, your application deadline will be August 25th. However, for those of you who are holding a non-Chinese passport, the application deadline has already passed. It was May 15th. Every year for non-Chinese applicants, your application deadline will be around May because we will need the time to process your visa to study on Renmin campus, right? Scholarships. When you apply for the program, you'll be automatically be considered for scholarship. And we're going to select a scholarship receiver when the program starts based on merit. If you are a Canadian citizen, you will be eligible to apply for scholarship offered by the Chinese government. It's called CLIC, Canada Learning Initiative in China. And then for all of our enrolled students, especially those of you who are preparing to write CFA exams, after you join the program in the fall semester, I will reach out to you and let you know about the CFA scholarship. CFA scholarship can greatly reduce your exam taking fees. Okay, so we do have a lot of opportunity to talk with you about your personal cases. You will see there is a lot of virtual one-on-one sessions with us that you can book online. Usually we offer English sessions as well as Chinese ones. The Chinese ones will be conducted with me. So I'll be very happy to look at your application files and help you to answer your personal questions. So Alina, she's posting the link for booking virtual one-on-one info session in the chat. If you're interested, feel free to copy the link or save a screenshot, and you can go back to the link later on and then book a session with me or Alina. So usually this virtual one-on-one session will be 30 minutes. We can do it over Zoom, or if Zoom is not available in your region, in your area, sometimes we can also consider using WeChat. That is also available. We have some archived sessions on that page as well, at the bottom of that page. So if you want to review the recording of our previous sessions, learning more about from our alumni or student or from professors, you can also view those info sessions on this page. Right now, we have some special program starting in April. So for anything Beijing alum or student, when they refer a student directly to us, they will be given Lululemon duffel bag. So if you actually learn the program from one of the anything Beijing alum or anything Beijing student, and just to reach out to us after talking with them after April 18th, then let us know, and then we can send a gift to this alum to the students. That will be very nice. Just wanted to appreciate your helping us. We do have a lot of applicants who were referred by our alum, and we do trust our alum who's going to refer good candidates to the program. So let's say back to what I just talked about. If you have special circumstances and you really wanted to, be be backed by some of our friends who happen to be an Beijing alum or student, let us know. I'll be very happy to discuss the details with you. So next week on Thursday, we're going to invite actually 2 alum to share their experience taking CFA level 1, CFA level 2, CFA level 3, and even earning the CFA chapter. Their experience around that. So this event will actually be around 9 a.m. Toronto time, which will be 9 p.m. Beijing time. It will be delivered in Chinese language. So if you think that you wanted to, consider CFA chapter, obtaining CFA chapter, consider sign up for this event. It will be very helpful for you to learn more about this exam and how NFIN Beijing is going to help you to get prepared. So Alina is also sending the registration link for this event in the chat. So do not hesitate to sign up for this event. We're also on social media. We have our YouTube, we have our WeChat, Weibo, we have the Smith Weibo, and as well as a program Weibo. But right now, we're most active on Xiaohongshu, the red book. So you will see I have the program QR code here that you can follow us by scanning a QR code. And then meanwhile, you can also follow our program director. So Eileen, she is a staff for the program, and she's also a member of the mission committee for the program. So follow us, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate to let us know by talking with us over WeChat. Yeah, because for Xiaohongshu, it's kind of tricky. A lot of messages wouldn't come through. What I would personally encourage you is that consider adding us on WeChat. And then I'm the one who's behind WeChat. If you want to talk with me, leave me a message. I'm really good at replying to emails. For WeChat, I'm really good replying you during my work hours. But even for after work hours, I will reply to you as soon as I see it. Okay. And you happen to visit Kingston, feel free to let us know. And we'll be at Guizhou at Queen's University. I'll be very happy to show you around Smith if you happen to be in Kingston. Okay, perfect. So it sounds like we're at the end of the session. Any questions? If there is any question, I'll be very happy to close to end the session today. Yeah, Alina, just to help you send an online application link in the chat feature. Okay, any questions? Okay, seems like we have covered everything you would like to know. That's very good. Okay, our session are about to end. Thank you so much. And don't forget that our admission is still ongoing for our next cohort starting in September 2023. If you have any questions, let us know. Open your application as soon as possible so we can decide what materials will be needed for your application. Okay, that's the end of the session. Again, thanks a lot, and I can't wait to see your application files. Goodbye.